there's something called the Brundtland definition, which is very tedious, but it's about sustainability is doing stuff in now that doesn't unduly impact future generations. So it's basically behaving now in a way that gives future generations an opportunity to live like we do now. No worse and potentially better. So that's the basic definition. It's been taken in lots of directions over 30 years, as you might imagine. And particularly in the last decade or so, it's been turned a lot into in my sector, in the business sector, into something called corporate social responsibility, or CSR. And that's been good in lots of ways, because businesses have had to, they use CSR as a way of showing the good stuff that they do, so they're out there to make profit, but they're also beginning to consider wider perspectives around the environment, around the way they treat their employees, around wider social issues, and obviously economics, or economy as part of sustainability. However, CSR has taken a pretty severe hammering in the last couple of years, and BP is the most recent example of a darling of the corporate social responsibility network who has done some pretty bad stuff. So there's beginning to be questions around whether businesses can be sustainable, depending almost on their industry. So now we've got to a point, I guess, of maturity around sustainability now, where it's not just about ticking some boxes around your employment, the way you treat your employees, and doing the basics around the environment, and dealing with your waste and minimising your fuel use and the like, and sourcing your products from the right place. But people are actually beginning to question whether some industries can be sustainable, that whether the oil industry could dare consider itself sustainable, or even if it does the right stuff, even if it does tick those boxes, even if its sustainability reports they win awards in various sustainability report networks that exist around the world. Same with the sugar water industry, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They've done a lot of work in social responsibility and environment, particularly in New Zealand. Everything that Coke puts out into the market, all its bottles are recyclable. They led the way in that space. But actually what they sell is sugary, fatty, nasty, not very good for you product. So, how sustainable is that really? So that's kind of my take on where sustainability's got to now. Because it's not anymore just about doing the right stuff and a business in particular ticking those boxes, but actually people are starting to challenge whether certain industries have the right to call themselves sustainable, and whether labels like fair trade should dare to put themselves against certain sorts of products and be on the boxes of certain products. Because we're a little bit more mature about the way we consider it now. So now we're looking at things like the coal industry is another example. They do lots of great stuff. Solid Energy will tell you a heap of great things they do. Thank you. But when you look at it fundamentally, can you say that the coal industry is a sustainable business? They've done great things with snails down south, and they do the best they can. But ultimately, they're selling carbon, in bulk to the world. So that's kind of where sustainability's got from my perspective. Lots of challenges in it now, lots of questions. I think we rode a wave and we did some great stuff, but actually we've scratched the surface of what it really means to be sustainable, particularly in business.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, Steve. Now, yes.